So welcome everybody back to 31 Days of Horror. We're on our 17th day, and today we're taking a look at 1980s Humanoids from the Deep. Now, this is a film that was directed by Barbara Peters, who I've not seen anything from before. She's not really done that all that much, to be honest. Although portions of the film were directed by an uncredited Jimmy T. Murakami, who is most well known for directing and partially animating When the Wind Blows, a really rather harrowing disaster animated film. He also supervised the animation for the British classic The Snowman, as well as directing Battle in Outer Space as well, which gets us on to Roger Corman, who was also executive producer on this, and he was also producer on that Battle in Outer Space. So, and this stars Doug McClure, who the only significant role I've seen him in is in 52 Pickup, as well as Anne Turkle. Again, I've only seen her in one major film, The Cassandra Crossing. And Vic Morrow, who I've not really seen in anything before, but he is most well known for starring in the Twilight Zone movie, mostly because he and two children died in a horrific accident where a helicopter crashed on top of them, killing them instantly, and it was a really harrowing part of film history, to be honest. So that's unfortunately what he's most well known for. But the plot of this film is about a new cannery that introduces scientifically augmented salmon to a seaside town in the Pacific Northwest. A species of mysterious mutated sea creatures begin killing the men and raping the women. So even though this mix of the science fiction, horror and monster genres isn't without fault, mostly due to the latter part of that plot line there, it is at least relentlessly entertaining for the majority of its short runtime of only 80 minutes. The action scenes and violence are also really well done. The practical effects are solid. It is well paced. The score from James Horner, of all people, is really rather good, and adds a real class to this otherwise really rather quite schlocky B-movie. The cast is decent. It is predominantly engrossing and offers up plenty of fun scenes. What really does scupper this, though, is those rape scenes that happen, even though it does end up producing a really rather mind-blowing and mad ending. It is something that really could have done it in a lot better and more subtle way, which gets us on to the whole, who directed what aspect, because, like I said, portions of the film were directed by an uncredited Murakami. Most of it was done by Barbara Peters, but she was so appalled by the extra rape scenes that were included, or the scenes that were altered from her more, subtle and darkly lit sexual assault scenes, that she wanted her name taken off the film, but that didn't actually happen. So apart from that, though, on the whole, this is really rather good. It does emulate the kind of 50s sci-fi B movies really nicely, but obviously it takes it to new extremes with violence and all that lot. But on the whole, it is really rather enjoyable. I just wish it didn't have those sexual assault scenes in it, or at least if it did, I wish they were the way that they were supposed to be when Barbara Peters was involved, rather than what they were done when I think someone else that Roger Corman brought in to really liven up the film, apparently. So but apart from that, pretty damn good, and a real solid start to the 80s. Although obviously other, that kind of creature features from later in the decade would do a lot better in terms of critical acclaim and box office as well, like The Thing and The Fly, and especially The Blob. But on the whole, a decent film, but like I said, not without issue. And if you do have a problem with sexual violence, like I do, but you're not someone that actually wants to see it either, as well as just put up with it, then I wouldn't recommend it. But on the whole, a reasonable film, and like I said, a solid start to the 80s. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.